Then I bought the house across the street for $250. Then I bought the house 4 houses down for $24,000, and then I took off. And I had my television infomercials. I was doing, those bandit signs. I was the biggest sign polluter in my 5 counties. I had 3 people that was putting out 500 to 1,000 bandit signs every single week.
Wow.
So imagine the volume that I was doing in the real estate field. So now, look at this. I want you to do is fast forward it 6 years after I bought that. I get a call from my property manager one day that Deborah Johnson, my first tenant, you never forget. Deborah Johnson did not pay after the 2nd month, 2 months, and then I said no. 3rd month. The reason I never had to go send anybody because she was on a lease option. So 100% maintenance is whose responsibility? Hers. That was net for me, $220 every month. 6 years later, 3rd month she doesn't. I send my property manager. My property manager calls me absolutely frantically. He goes, "Oh my God!" Middle of the night she left, and nobody is there. She went to the house. The house was a total what? Disaster. And I want you to know, that's the reason she's a property manager and you are an investor. Most people have zero vision. Zero. They cannot see past what's in front of them. I want you to, because you're an investor, I want you to think logically. 6 years ago, I put everything brand new. I put a brand new roof. Do I need to put a new roof?
No.
No. Do I need to put a brand new central heat and air?
No.
No. Do I need to put a new kitchen? No.
Maybe.
Do I need to put new bathroom? No, because I put brand new kitchen, brand new bathroom, and the house was a total mess. Trash is what the house was. And then finally, she couldn't go through it. Yes, I'd remove the trash and do paint and carpet. And it cost me $3,500. And this time, it was a 650 square foot room. I said, damn with carpet, tile the whole house so I don't have to do it again. And for $3,500, that's all it took to make it brand new again. And now, 6 years later, when I first refinanced 6 years ago, I got how much cash? $20,000. And then I got actually 220, but I rounded up to 200. So I got $200 per month for 6 years. That means I got $14,400 cash from whom? Deborah Johnson. And then I called my bank. I said, First Union, you gave me a loan for $52,000. What is my balance? They go, oh, Mr. Salam, it's about $40,000 and change. $40,000? Who paid it down from 52 to 40? Deborah Johnson. I'm looking for Deborah Johnson to give her a gift. She in the middle of the night, she disappeared. Wouldn't you give somebody a gift that pays you $12,000 from every day working hard? She gave you $12,000. She paid you $14,200, and she disappears in the middle. I would have done anything for her because I had a soft for her to buy the house. I would have given it to her by then because $14,000. Then I had from 65. I already had $13,000 equity left in the house, and I called my appraiser who appraised it. I said, "Can you come and appraise this house?" And he appraised it for $105,000. So I had another $40,000 appreciation in this extra. So if you just add up all of these things from these junker houses, I get $99,400, and that does not even include the depreciation. I'm not even including the depreciation from just one house. That was my very first house. Jim.
You didn't mention a down payment on the lease option fee. Did she give anything up front?
Of course. She gave me $1,500 option deposit, which I collected this time $2,000, the second go round, for option deposit. Because I learned, I didn't want to sell it. I cannot tell you, I promise you that this guy came and wanted to buy this house for $99,000 cash because it appraised at 105, and I said no, because it's a totally stupid decision on my part, but your first house is not logical decision. I didn't want to sell my first house. I wanted to see if I can hang on to it because I already had it for this many years. I didn't sell it. I regret it. But, so, looking back, did I get income?
Yes.
I got cash and I got cash flow. Did I get depreciation?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Did I get equity?
Yep.
Absolutely. Did I get appreciation?
Yeah.
Yes. And did I get leverage? How much of my money do I have tied up in that property anymore?
Zero.
Zero. Because I paid off the credit card, I borrowed money from credit card to buy the house. So what is my return on investment?
Infinite.
Infinity. I don't have any money in the house. And so that's why real estate is the most ideal business than anything else, anything that you want to do. So if you want to, what a business, what a business. So anything you want to learn in life, anything you want to learn in life, whether it's real estate investing, whether it's being an ideal parent, whether it's learning something, there are two ways to go about it. The two ways is this. Would you mind closing the door, please? There's a sound. There's a dog who's barking. The two ways to learn, and the first way is this. How many of you have been to the school of hard knocks? How many got the masters? There's always a couple of PhDs in there. The school of hard knocks is a school of trial and error. It's a very, very expensive school. Another, more efficient way of learning is this. One way is to go through this trial and error. Another way is a concept called modeling. Modeling is what Tony Robbins does. Modeling is what Tony Robbins taught me. And anything you want to learn in life, go find someone who's already gotten that same result. And then model it. And the reason he went and took the firewalk as an extreme example, because his belief is that it's not because some yogis in India have some supernatural power that gives them this power to walk on fire, and I cannot do it. His belief is anybody can do it, so can I. So he went and modeled those firewalkers, fire breathers, and said, show me how you did it. And then he learned, and then if I can learn it, I can teach you how to do it also. And then the simple, if I can teach you how to walk barefoot in a hotbed of coal, real estate is easy. Real estate is easy. Because I'm going to give you the formula and stuff, everything that how I buy it before I leave. So that you can go and duplicate it. But the problem is that if I ask you right now, that if you found somebody that you want to learn, because one thing we have in common, and whether you have 100 homes or 1,000 homes, you still want your next 1,000 homes. So if you want to master, you want to learn something new, and you finally found somebody you want to model, what are you going to do? You found someone, what are you going to, first thing you're going to do about modeling? You're going to ask them what? So you found somebody who's done real estate successful, what are you going to ask them? Can I work with you? Good. What else? What are you going to ask? What are you going to ask me?
Teach me.
How did you do it? Very good. So that's the number one question that I get is how did I do it? It's not that it's a wrong question. I would ask, that's a second question or second category of question. The most important thing is not how they did it. No. The most important thing of modeling is this. If you want to duplicate somebody's success, there are two things you need to duplicate. And most people come and two things that you need to model. This is where I started, gave you the awareness, the first exercise, is that not what is it that you do. The first question is, what do you believe? It is, because think about it. I said the same information. When you go to a real estate seminar, the teacher is the same, the manual is the same, everything is the same, except the results when they go out. Am I correct? So the result, it has to be something other than this. Something that you cannot see, and which is belief. If you want to know what a belief is, write this down. Belief is nothing but a feeling of certainty. a feeling of certainty, and underline the word certainty because stronger the certainty is, stronger the belief is, the faster it's going to manifest. And I'll give you the most powerful example of belief from history. How many of you know who was the first gentleman to break the 4-minute mile?
Roger Bannister.
Roger Bannister. Roger Bannister was the first person to break the 4-minute mile, and up until he broke it, that 4-minute mile barrier, what used to be the prevailing belief about the 4-minute mile? It was physically what?
Possible.
The prevailing belief, but it was physically impossible that we humans are not designed to run that fast, because if we run, we will run short of oxygen into our brain and we will die in the process, because that's not possible. Because you know that when you run first, you start hyperventilate, right? So if you run even faster, you just cannot keep up. But then, one day, one person broke the barrier. A lot of you know that story. But my question is, do you know how many people broke the 4-minute mile within the first year after he did it?
37.
37. And today, in high school track record, 4-minute miles are broken. My question, real question is this. We couldn't do this from time till then Roger Bannister did it, and then now everybody's doing it. All of a sudden, what changed?
Attitude.
Awareness.
Yes. No, not steroids.
Belief. Belief.
Yes, belief. Their perception, their attitude, all of those things have changed. They say to themselves, the next person that came, the reason they could do it is not because they didn't say what Roger, they said, if Roger Bannister can do it,
I can do it.
I can do it. So before you model someone on anything, an ideal parent or a real estate investor, or you want to become a millionaire or a multi-millionaire, the first thing is not how. First thing is having that certainty. If they can do it, so can I. So can I. And this is, and here's the most interesting thing, is that I collect beliefs. Like people collect things, I collect beliefs. And if I speak to you for 5 minutes, I have the filters that all you speaking to me is your underlying beliefs. I can predict your behavior. Not in the short term. You'll be in your long term, you'll be very consistent with your beliefs. And there's no such thing as a right or wrong belief. Because all successful people, you'll see that they're very different. Their thinking is different than the average person. Am I correct? That's why if you wonder, here's one formula for success. It's almost guaranteed formula for success. Find out what the masses are doing and go the opposite direction. Wherever the masses are going, just go the opposite. You just increase your odds of success by 1,000%. And the right or wrong, right belief or wrong belief. Let me give you an example so that you don't ever fall in the trap of you're asking somebody successful that they believe this. Instead of asking, is it right or is it wrong, you should ask a different question. First of all, what I mean by right and wrong. So, Steve, if I ask you, are people good or people bad in general? Okay, Steve believes that people are good. If I ask someone else over here and they say people are bad, then if you give them half a chance, they'll take advantage of you. First of all, is it fair to assume that they're both speaking from their personal experience? Steve believes that people are good, this person believes people are bad. Now, my question to you is, who is right, Steve or this other person?
No.
If the answer is not none, the answer is not both, the answer is the one that you believe is the one that's right for you. Because I can prove it in both sides. Because if I take Steve right now, you can tell me what is the worst place on the planet, whether it's Afghanistan or worse in Iraq or in Somalia, you pick the worst place. I can take him. Will he find good people in that worst place? Yes. Because if there's one, that one person will attract to him. Because he believes fundamentally people are good. And if you believe people are bad, I don't have to take you anywhere. My boss, back Tony Robbins, he called me back because the first thing he said, the famous comedian Will Rogers, and he had a belief that a stranger is a friend I haven't met yet. A stranger is a friend I haven't met yet. Because everybody in here, for the first time, I'm meeting a lot of you, I've never met you. You're a stranger. And this, my boss said that, hey, you know, now that I was about to ready to travel the 48 weeks out of the year, he goes, you're gonna have, he says, he had Steve's belief. He goes, you know, you will find that people are really good. You're gonna meet so many people, but in this entire world, there's only 3 bad people. The problem is they travel a lot. They travel more than you do. So I was saying that I collect beliefs. I read that a stranger is a friend I haven't met yet. Now, I didn't ask the question, is that a right belief or a wrong belief to have? Because in this day and age, if I ask that question that, oh, there's a hitchhiker, hey, there's a friend. And so which one is right or wrong? But I asked myself that I'm going to travel, all of you strangers in this room, I'm going to meet you for the first time. And if I meet Mike over here that's saying that, oh my God, I've never met him, he's out there to get me, versus this is a friendship waiting to be developed. Will my energy flow be different?
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, I would rather go through life